Praise be to Jesus. Hi everyone, Charles here with you. Marco Tossati published on November 6th further details about the travel ban imposed by the Vatican on Bishop Athanasius Schneider. The measure was taken in spring by Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State. Schneider was informed in April by Kazakh Nuncio Francis Assisi Chalakat, only orally. And then he says, in order to deny Schneider the possibility of a canonical appeal. Schneider has to inform the nuncio about any trip abroad he is going to undertake. Other standards apply to controversial Cardinal Maradiega, who is traveling all the time, although he is responsible for an archdiocese. Of course, Cardinal Maradiega is one of the cardinals in the group of 9, the close advisors to the Pope. So, that's the 9 group of modernists that support the Pope. And Bishop Schneider, he's not the bishop of a diocese, he's an auxiliary bishop, but yet, he's being singled out. Well, of course, he's the traditional bishop, and so this is an example of the Pope. I mean, the Pope has to know something about this, obviously. They can deny him going, 50 miles away. I mean, I don't know if he said traveling abroad. I don't know if that means out of the country. I read something a couple of days ago, and it didn't seem to me that's what they were saying. I think it was more like if he's to leave the diocese or the immediate area or something like that, to give a talk, So, it's an example of, shutting up the traditionalists. It's just one other way. Anyway, I do want to, I didn't, this post isn't very long here. I'm going to talk for a minute about, first of all, I want to talk some about spiritual warfare. And I know a lot of you don't think that the enemy has much to do with your life. But he has something to do. Whatever we can learn about the enemy and how he operates is really a good thing. So I was watching a video last night, and this is from an exorcist. His name is Father Chad Rippinger, I believe. And he gave a talk to a group of people, and it's called Levels of Spiritual Warfare. And I really learned a lot from it, so I'm going to put the link in the description box. Also, the word. Now, I have another word about what I believe Jesus is talking to someone about spiritual warfare. So I'm sort of concentrating on that myself because, with the little bit of responsibility that Jesus has given me with the channel, and I mean, I'm far from a big channel, I mean, people who have big channels really get pounded by the enemy, of course, But, I mean, the enemy causes me a lot of trouble, and, a lot of that's personal, and I don't need to go into detail. I guess you can imagine, some of the kinds of things. You probably know some about how the enemy works in your life, and it's not very pretty. And it's really nothing to laugh about. But the more you learn about spiritual warfare, really, the better off you are. I'm going to post a word after I shut up here. And I'll leave the link in the description box if you want to look at, listen to this priest talk on the levels of spiritual warfare. Okay, that's it. I've already seen something else I have to post here, so we'll talk to you again in a few minutes. Bye. Okay, so I'm going to read this word to you for those of you on the phone. But if you have a laptop or a desktop, you can just read it yourself. An accident creates a serious roadblock and delay, and an army of demons comes in to feed off of the negative energy. People finally get home and they're exhausted from anger. This is no exaggeration. It happens every day. Anger and fear are powerful energy sources for the evil ones. That is why they are constantly provoking this response in others. Forewarned is forearmed. Now, I have given you a clue as to where your energy goes when things don't go well or something is left undone or sloppy. How many times today were you provoked to anger or irritation? And that's that little tidbit there.